Hello Sudoku friends, welcome to another hard Sudoku from sudokuexchange.com's website. If you wonder about the thumbnail today, it is just my feeble attempt at a self-portrait using a lot of words from the Sudoku Wikipedia website. That's all. Let's dive right into this puzzle, shall we? There's a one blocking over here and here, so here's a one blocking down, one blocking down, one blocking over, so one of these must be a 1. And 7 is blocking up and down, so the other digit in these two squares must be a 7. And this square must be a 3 because we have a 3 blocking down and 1 blocking up, so here's a 3. These two now must be a 4 and a 6. And we have a 1 and a 4 here, and that gives me a 1 and a 4 for these two squares. And we can actually figure out where they go, because this 1 blocks across, this 1 blocks down. One of these is a 1 blocking across, so this must be the 4 and this must be the 1. That was fairly quick, wasn't it? We got a 9 blocking down now, so here's a 9. These two squares must be a 9 and a 2. The 2 blocks over, so 2 goes here and the 9 here. And these two must be a what? A 6 and a 5. We know that one of these must be a 6, so the 5 goes up here and the 6 here. We now have 2 6s blocking over, 1 blocking up, so another 6 here. What are these? Well, these are 1 and 7, so these must be a 2 and an 8, quite obviously. This is nice. This is very nice. Let's start by looking at this 8. The only two squares available for an 8 in this column here are these two squares, because this 8 blocks here, this 8 blocks here, and this 8 blocks here. So we can agree on that. One of these must be an 8. That means that this square cannot be an 8. And look at this. It can also not be a 2. Now over here we have a 2 and an 8, so this square also cannot be a 2, and it cannot be an 8. So these two squares must be 2s and 8s. This is a 2 and an 8, and therefore this cannot be a 2 and it cannot be an 8. But let's try to solve the puzzle without getting into unique rectangle issues. So if these two squares cannot be 2s and 8s, what must they be then? There must be a 4 and a 9. And look, we have a 9 blocking down here. So this is a 4 and this is a 9. This 9 now blocks up, so does this, and therefore this must be a 9. We got 2 9s blocking over and 1 blocking up. Another 9 here. Yes, and we now have all the 9s for this puzzle. So let's look a little further and see if we can find something good now. Up here we are looking for a 7, 8 and a 4. We know that one of these is an 8, but that's all we know. Eight here and 8 here, so one of these is an 8, yes. Nothing new here, nothing to see. Move along. What's happening up here? Or what's not happening? What's not happening is a 3, 4, 5 and a 7. 5 and a 7 here, so this is a 3 or a 4. And actually, this 3 blocks up and this blocks over, so one of these must be a 3, yes. These two are 3s and 4s. And these 4 squares must contain 2 3s. And that means that This square is blocked from being a 3, and this is 3 blocks over, so that does this, so here's a 3. That's very nice. One of these must be a 1, but we knew that because of the 1 blocking down and the 1 blocking over, right? One of these is a 1. I'm also looking at ones here, here, and here. 1, 4, 6, 7. We know that this is a 1 or a 7. What about the 6s? Ah, look at this. 6 blocks here, 6 blocks here. We need a 6 for this row. This has to be a 1 or a 7, ergo this must be the 6 and this must be the 4. Also quite nice. Now a 1, 7 and a 4 for these squares. Can we do anything with that? Well, yes. No, we can't. We got a 4 here and we got a 4 here. But isn't there something going on with these 6s and the 5s? I'm wondering. Well, I'll have to keep wondering because I don't want to spend too much time on that because I'm not quite sure how to resolve it. 6, 7, and 8 for these squares here. Also not quite possible yet. But I do see a 4 and a 5 lurking here and another 4 and a 5 lurking here. So these squares must be a 4 and a 5, mustn't they? And this is a 2 or an 8. What's the third digit missing here? That's a 7. So a 7 must go here. And now we got a 7 blocking up, another 7 blocking up. So here's a 7. Yes, I think that is correct. And the 8 blocks here, so here's an 8. And this therefore must be a 4. This 4 blocks down, this blocks over. One of these is a 4 blocking down. Therefore, this is a 4, and this is a 5. Blocking up, 5 blocking over. Here's another 5. Blocking up, blocking over. And the last 5 of this puzzle. Now we are looking for a 7 and a 3 here. The 3 blocks up, so here's a 7 and here's a 3, making this a 2. 2 blocks down, 2 blocks down, so here's another 2. Here we're looking for a 3, which blocks up here, so a 3 goes here, and a 4. Blocking down, 4 blocking up, there's a 4 here. 4 blocking over, another 4 here, and it happens to be the last 4 of the puzzle. 2, 8 here, 2, 8 here, 2, 8 here, and as I said, not a 2, 8 here. What were we looking for here? 2s and 8s, right? And there's a 2 blocking down, so here's an 8, and here's a 2, and here's an 8. Therefore, this must be a 2, and these must be an 8 and a 7. This is also an 8 or a 7, except we do have an 8 blocking, so the 7 goes here, and here must go the 8. Here we need a 6 and an 8. 8 blocks down, so 6 goes here and 8 here. Blocking over, 8 blocking down, 8 here. Last digit must be a 1, and therefore this must be the 7. We do remember the 1-7 pair from the start, don't we? This must be a 1, and this must be a 6. 6 blocks down, so here's the 6, and the last digit is a 1. And that's it for this hard puzzle from sudokuexchange.com. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.